Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, sometimes known as the Beast, amongst other things, and this is a quick response to a thread started by George over at George G's Room of Rock. What he wanted us to do was to show 10 albums, releases, etc. that screamed metal. So most of these people will know, maybe a couple that are a bit not quite as well known. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail over, every album and such like, but we'll get cracked on and hopefully it'll be alright. So first up, we had to go back way back when with the mighty AC/DC and If You Want Blood from 1978. This was, I'm pretty sure, this was the first AC/DC album I ever owned even. Like I say, I got into metal properly in 82 with Maiden's Number of the Beast. This came out in 78, like I said, and I think I probably heard it on a dub cassette from a friend or something like that, and just instantly blown away by Bon Scott's voice, and obviously the riff set out from the Young Brothers. But yeah, absolute classic. For me, there's not a bad Bon Scott era AC/DC album. Some of the Brian Johnson ones, I'm not fussed about, but yeah. So first one is AC/DC's If You Want Blood. Next up is a Japanese band. There is another band with the same name, similar genre as well. I believe they're from Australia, not Australia, America, sorry. But this is Pathologist and their EP, Forensic Pathology Jurisprudence. Not easy for me to say. This was released in 2021 on Bizarre Leprous Productions. But I believe initially when it was released, it was only 4 tracks, and then they sort of reissued it and banged a few more tracks on. I suppose technically it'd be classed as an album, but if that cover doesn't scream to you that it's going to be murder, death, gore grind, horrendous sonic assault, then I don't know what it is. It's a really, really fun listen. It's certainly not something you'd put on the way to Sunday Mass or something like that. Yeah, so Pathologist and Forensic Pathology Jurisprudence. And thank God that the title's written on the back there so I could read it. Next up is a band from Australia that are absolutely phenomenal, and for me this is one of the best ever debut releases. This is The Plague, and as I said, their debut release, Within Death. This is it's death metal, it's technical without being over the top, it's heavy as balls, it's full of riffs and hooks that drag you in and keep you there. The artwork on that is absolutely superb. I was actually considering getting some type of a tattoo of it, and I still might, but yeah, this was, I said, this came out in 2021 on Bitter Loss Records. If you haven't heard this, I would highly recommend you find a copy or listen to it on YouTube or whatever. I will actually put links to all of these down in the description. So yeah, so that's The Plague and Within Death. Next up is a Stonewall classic that you'll have all heard and seen and probably played 1,000 times. But for me, it's just, there's something about the album cover that doesn't necessarily scream heavy metal, as it were, but you just know it's metal. This is the mighty Sephleura and their third full-length, Beneath the Remains. This came out in 1989, which proves how old we are. This has it's had a bit of a battering over its life, but this was the first sort of more extreme end of thrash metal that I heard and got into, and I was just, wow, absolutely stellar release. Still gets played a lot. Probably, to be fair, it's probably my favourite Sepultura album, simply because of the fact it was the first one I heard. Look, that artwork is just absolutely fantastic. There's something about skulls that just screams, to me at least, heavy metal. So that is Sephleura and Beneath the Remains. Next up, again, Stonewall classic. You'll all know it, you'll have all seen it, you'll have all probably got the OG press, and I haven't, unfortunately, anymore. Long story. This is Slayer, this is South of Heaven, 88 I believe it was when it came out. This is the 2014 reissue, one of the ones with all the stupid pissy shitty colours. Yeah, I mean, again, skulls, metal, thrash, you can't go wrong. Absolutely. And even the back cover, if that doesn't scream of metal to you, then I don't know what does. But yeah, absolutely. Again, it's definitely up there as one of my favourite Slayer albums. I have heard a few people sort of poo-pooing it, but you know, each to their own. They're wrong, I'm right. So that's Slayer and South of Heaven. Now next up, it's not particularly a great album, if I'm being brutally honest. However, it is, the cover artwork is, I mean, it's metal. This is Razor, and their latest release, was it their 9th full length, Cycle of Contempt. This is out on Relapse Records, and again, it's thrash metal, probably, what, second tier maybe? Would it be considered second tier? Yeah, sort of like speedy thrash from Canada. For some reason, for years, I always thought Razor were from Germany, but no, they're from Canada. There's something about this artwork. The artwork's probably better than the actual music. It's not a bad album, but it's certainly not something that gets played very often. But yeah, Razor, Cycle of Contempt. You've got a guy getting his head stoved in with a guitar. It's not going to be a country and western record, is it? Next up again is an absolute, this is a classic, this needs no introduction. Well, anyway, this is the mighty Repulsion, and their debut release, was it? Yeah, Horrified. I think originally it was on, was it Necrosis Records? This is the Relapse reissue on a shitty coloured vinyl, but it sounds alright. This is just classic, horrible gore grind, and yeah, it's probably the best gore grind album I own, I would think, just because of everything that evolves around it. It's just absolutely a mental record. And if by some strange quirk you've never heard it, I would highly recommend you rectify that situation and get a copy through your ears. So that is Repulsion and Horrified. Next up is one that's slightly different. I don't think I've ever shown this record before. I may have mentioned the band a couple of times, but this is Godlave and their 3rd full length, In Hell. This came out on Day One Records. These gentlemen are a thrash metal band from Germany. I would say second tier. Really, really good though, really catchy. They actually did, I think it's a full album tribute to Status Quo, so it's their takes on some of the Status Quo classics, and that's an, shall we say, entertaining listen, or interesting listen. But I love the artwork on this. I think it's superb. This is 2013, did I make a note of it? Yeah, 2013 it came out. Again, it's not gonna, probably not gonna blow you away, but I certainly think the artwork is, you know what to expect. Again, you're not going to pick that up and hear a pop song. So that is Godlave and In Hell. Now the next one is, might be a surprise to a few people, might not be. There's something about this, it's so simple, it could only be hard rock heavy metal. This is the mighty Girl School and the What the 45 album, it came out in 2023 on Silver Lining Music. This is probably something like the, I don't know, 900th full release. They've got thousands of records out there, and they're still to this day one of the most entertaining bands live. I mean, obviously it's not even metal, it's just hard rock. I think they were classed as no album originally, but yeah, they've been around quite a long time. Of the Mighty Girls School. It's 70, about 79 maybe the debut come out. I can't remember now. But yeah, just the studded jacket, the big back patch. Has to be metal, doesn't it? So that is Girls School and What the 45. Last one, and I had to stick at least one black metal album in here. And this is just, not only is it a fantastic, incredible album, the cover art is absolutely superb. This is the fantastic Bloodcountest and their debut release, Occulta Tenebris. This came out in 2022. This is the version that is on whatever that says there. Did I make a note of it? Dominance of Darkness Records. I think the original release was on Blackwood Productions, Steve Blackwood's label. I'm not sure, I might be wrong on that, I might be chatting shit, but if that doesn't scream evil black metal to you, then I don't know what does, with the Countess giving it full vocal ripping. So yeah, that's number 10, that is Bloodcountest and Occulta Tenebris. So that's it. It was just, like I said, just a quick daft jumping in on quite an interesting thread that George had started. So the 600 subscribers competition, a couple of weeks left yet before that. It'll be the first week, as I've said, in September. I will leave a link, I'll try and leave links to all these in the description below. Probably be back. We're off to see Horrendous and Undeath tomorrow evening, so that should be quite an entertainment giglet, right in the middle of a heat wave in one of the smallest venues in Newcastle. So it's I'm expecting the walls to be sweating, as well as myself and Mrs. Beast. So yeah, so we'll leave you there. Enjoy whatever type of music you're listening to, whatever genre of music you're listening to, and as always, until next time, cheers!